Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. Sandra here, and in the last episode here, we built this one. However, we never did get it running because I didn't want to run short on time. But this time, what we're going to do, before we start anything else, is we're going to put some oil in it. Well, I think what we're going to do is we're going to remove this, just so it's a little easier to see. Oh yeah, the internal, that plate. And now we do this. And now we can put oil in it. There we go. So now we can see. I don't understand why it's always got to be on this angle. Like, I know when I put oil in a vehicle, I don't lean over. Like, not over the entire motor. Like, yeah, I lean over the side, but I don't lean over the entire motor. Alright, well, before we go any further with putting everything back together on, let's just finish topping off the fluids. Ooh, look at that. Right on, Mustang. You did it right, Ford. You did it right. Perfect. Alright, we got that. Now, let's put some coolant in it. Can't say antifreeze, because, down in the Arizona desert here, I'm sure it gets cold enough where you probably do need antifreeze, but at nighttime, but the daytime, no. And plus, these cars all go in the storage anyway when they're done, so they nice heated, climated, controlled area. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah. Alright, we got this to put on, or fill, and then we got to fill the windshield juice container, and then, where is it? Where did I put? There it is, way up here in the front. Is that why they extended the nose so long on these cars, so they have a spot for the windshield washer jug? Just curious. Probably not. Because in my honest opinion, now this is just my honest opinion, y'all may differ on this one, but this is the last decent body style until they came out with that new style in what year was it? Where they kind of went back to the old 60s style car, like the body lines and shape of it. That's when I started liking Mustangs again. I didn't care too much for the Fox bodies and stuff like that. I really didn't, because they were so badly overused, and they still are to this day. Like, as the expression goes, they're like a butthole. Everybody's got one. You know what I mean? And like the town I live in, that's what everybody ran back in the late 90s, early 2000s is Fox body Mustangs up here, and it's like, why? Yeah, sure, they handle great, they go good, but you can't, unless you do something special to it, it's going to be the same bolt-on parts that the other guy has. So, you know what I mean? So, unless you got a deep pockets, you're yeah, sure, everybody says, oh, they're factory race cars. Cool, good for that. I don't know, I just never liked the style of them. These ones, this is the last era Mustang I liked until the mid 2000s there. Yeah, I mean, why? Because it basically had its own style. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just probably rambling. Anywho, oh wait, we gotta put this thing back together. Getting all excited there talking about Mustangs I don't like and forget the one that I'm working on. All right, and in today's episode, we're going to be working on. Where is it? Oh, I know. It's behind door number 2. That's what we're going to be doing, is what's inside there. And in regards to the most recent comment of the Plum Crazy Purple Cuda, you got it. Like, listen to that engine sound. It actually sounds like it has a cam in it. Sounds good. I like it. I don't like how long it took to shut down, though. But is what it is. Anywho, let's jump on in here. Today we're going to be working on the Land Rover Range Rover Sport SVR. This one was a request that came in from Dance Evolution. I just want to verify, just double check here. Just give me a moment. I gotta go back to previous video and look at the comments, and this is what I've been trying to remember everything off of, is the comments that were posted. Let's see here. Just give me a moment here, folks. I apologize for this. I think it was maybe this one. All I'm trying to do right now is just find the comment. Here we go. No, I don't want. All right. Dance Dance Revolution Master 69. Nice name. I like the 69 aspect of it. This one would be for you. This is what you requested, was the Range Rover there. You make suspension, brakes, and rims that color, but make the drive shaft lime green. Unfortunately, I'm not able to paint the drive shafts. Trust me, it sucks. Because I would love to do my drive shafts to look like carbon fiber, like the one that's in my 91. Yeah. I have a carbon fiber drive shaft in my 91 Chevy half-ton. I really do. And I didn't believe it at first, but if you hold, like, out of my 99, I think it was, which I bought it for parts because I had a lift kit on it. I only paid like $200 for it, with a lift kit and all. But, yeah, that had an aluminum drive shaft in it, and it was heavy compared to the one that's in my 91. Just after the wife and I moved into the place we're in now, we had to go back out to the country there to get our stuff. Unfortunately, I moved from the country to the city. It was a stupid mistake on my part, but whatever, was what was available at the time. And on our trip out there, actually it was on the way back in, my drive shaft dropped. It broke. Now, at that point, I don't know if it was tampered with, because we were having some serious issues out there. Like, they started going after the brakes on our car and stuff. That's why we had to move out of there, because it wasn't safe anymore for our daughter to be out there driving back and forth. So we ended up moving to town before something bad happened, or before I got arrested, one of the two. But anywho, now, I did have the drive shaft out of the truck, and I don't remember if I put the clips in that hold it in place when it's in the rear pinion. So that could have been my mistake. So, anywho, for long story short, it's the people who we had towed my truck home, because I didn't put it on a flatbed. It actually got flat towed with a rope, or tow strap, or rope, or something. Actually, I think it might have been a ratchet strap. It wasn't like connected like a ratchet strap. We just used the strap from it and tied it on. And the person who picked it up, dang near picked it up and threw it into the bush by accident, because of how light it was. Like, they were expecting it to be, a normal heavy drive shaft. Well, drive shafts aren't heavy, but, a normal steel, or, a little bit of weight to it. And they picked this thing up and like, holy crap, this thing is so light. I said, yeah, I know. That's why my truck gets down in boogies, man. There's no drag in my drive line. You know what I mean? Versus a little bit heavier of a drive shaft, you get a little bit of drag in it. You do it. It takes a little bit more effort to turn it. Versus the drive shaft that's in my 91, there is no effort to turn that at all. So, and it's dropped down a few times. I actually got to get it in to get it rebalanced, because I think one of the weights fell off of it in that process, because now I got a bit of a vibration in the drive line. Not much, but enough to notice. And we got to get that fixed up here and stuff like that. So that'll be later on this summer. But on a different note, I keep asking, I never get an answer for this. Do you guys only want to see me work on cars on here, or would you like to see it in real life as well? Because that way then I can still continue to put out content, because starting here very shortly, I'm going to be outside almost all summer doing stuff on my vehicles. Now, unfortunately, this is going to suffer, but that's what happens when you got craptacular vehicles that need a lot of repair that have been neglected over the years. Now, my 91 being neglected, that's on me. That's my bad, my fault. But the 13, no, that was like that when I got it. So, I spent an arm and a leg to get the damn thing safety and put on the road, just to have to twist the wrenches on it myself 24 hours after it was home. Yeah, I wasn't very happy. And then, you know, I drove the truck for about a year with spongy brakes. Like, it was spongy, but it wasn't, if you guys know what I mean. Like, it had brakes, but you know, to stop hard, it was a little bit more effort behind the pedal. I couldn't figure out why. So for about a year, I was chasing my tail on it, you know, checking pads, checking stuff like that. And the one thing I never did was take off the rear tires and pull the rear drums, which I should have. And it would have been a different scenario. But I got three full turns out of my brake adjuster on both sides. 3 full turns. Just for it to start touching the drum. Like, they had them backed right off. And it's like, if that's how you guys are gonna do brakes for customers, don't get out of the industry. Because that is dangerous. And me being the idiot that I am, you know, I drove it like that. Because I knew what I was capable of handling, and I knew what the truck was capable of at that point. So I was like, well, whatever, it is what it is. You know, just leave a little bit extra driving space between myself and the person in front of me. I never did. But, you know, that's, to the average person, that's what I, you know, say to them. You know, if you're going to drive it, make sure you leave braking distance. But then you get these idiots that drive that, you know, you leave a little bit of gap for the vehicle in front of you, so that way then, when in fact that they slam on their brakes, you got a little bit of chance so you don't rear end the back of them. Then these little cars go and slide in between and take up all your braking distance. And it's like, are you guys crazy? Like, and then they wonder why they keep getting in accidents. Well, start driving accordingly. You know, I got a lead foot, always have. So now, once I see that somebody's about to, you know, get in the braking distance that I have, I get on the gas a little bit more and I close the distance up. And then once they realize, oh, okay, I'm not going to be able to get in, then I back off again. That way then I go back to giving myself some little bit of braking distance. Because the wife kind of freaks out if I don't. She likes her bubbles, she says, which is understandable. You know, but I got a very, very good reaction time. Like, I can react to things or see things almost as they're happening, if not before they happen. So, like, I can more or less predict what's going to happen on the road just by the vehicle in front of me. But at the same time, I'm also paying attention to the brake lights on the car 3 up. You know what I mean? 3 vehicles in front of me. So that way then, if he's got to stop, and then you're going to see the chain reaction, well, as soon as that first guy that I'm looking at stops or starts braking, I can get on my brakes, which curates, so I can slow everybody down behind me so we don't all get rear-ended, you know what I mean? And that's what I do, is I block traffic is what I do. Not like pulling my truck in the middle of the road, but I kind of run blocker for vehicles, especially motorcycles. I don't understand it. Guys, you see a bike, you're going down the road, give him space. Do not get right up on them. Like, I can't stress on that enough. Like, they don't have no protection. So if something happens and they go down and you're right on their tail, you're 9 times out of 10 going to run them over. Give them space, please. To me, I will literally block traffic for bikes. Like, I will get behind a biker. I will make sure that, you know, he has enough space in front of me, so if something happens, I got time to react to what he's doing. But at the same time, I won't let anybody get right behind him. You know what I mean? And I keep pace with him, but I keep my distance on him. So then, if something happens, unfortunately, or unfortunate thing of him going down or taking a dive or something like that when he's riding, he doesn't, you know, nothing bad happen. Well, I mean, something bad's gonna happen because, like I said, they don't have any protection, and a lot of people call them organ donors for specific reasons, especially the way some of them drive. But give them space, man. They'll appreciate it more. Now, there are times when they will request that you pull up like a certain street light or stop lights and stuff like that because their bikes are a little light and it's a little harder for some of them to trigger the lights to change. So they will motion for you to come up. That's one thing. Oh, transfer case. Oops. I think we might actually have to repair this. I was thinking about another one. If it's even repairable, I don't have a clue. But no, it's just, just one of those days where, just a conversation day. While we're working on the vehicle here. 'Cause right now, we're as the Europeans call it, overseas they call it a gearbox. Over here, we call it a transmission. You know what I mean? It all depends on where you're located around the globe, is what the different names on the vehicles are. Alright. We're good. Let's get the old cherry picker. We'll get that over there. We're going to get this here motor out. We're going to throw it in the garbage. No, we're not going to throw it in the garbage. We're going to put it in the storage back over yonder. And this car, this Range Rover, comes with two, not one, but two air filter boxes, Type A's. It's amazing. Here you go. Here's your Luxor Bowen. That'll be the next one that gets built after this one. And then the Cuda, I believe, is the next one after this. Oh, I didn't see that. Okay. Yeah, I will actually paint the gearbox lime green right now. I honestly didn't see that, so we'll make that change right now. I don't want to show everybody what I'm doing here. See, I didn't paint this. Now, let's see. We'll go like this. Then we'll go like this. And trying to get this right here. I'm trying to get it right, okay? I'm trying to get it right. How's that? Is that lime green enough for you? There you go, bud. Lime green. You saw it yourself. It's been done. Now, oh wait, hang on. I forgot to bring over the handy dandy welder. Dang you, car. You hurt me. Alright, 1,400 simoleons. We'll get that done, taken care of. Did I get wheels for this at all? No, I didn't, so... Alright. We're going a little bit larger wheels. Instead of the 21s that come on the car, we're going 25s. I am planning on... Let's see, it's 275, 45, 21... We're going 25s, so what I'm going to do is for the wheels, or for the tires themselves, we're going to order up some tires right now. We're going to put some, I think these ones right here are going to look good with it. We'll get 4, because it's all-wheel drive, so you got to get matching tires. We're going to go all the way over here to 25. And instead of 275, we're going to go 305. And then we'll go 40. And if it doesn't look right, then we'll change it and we'll go a little bit more with it. Let's put this back. Leave this there. Now, I did do a little bit of a color change on your suspension. Oops. And what I mean by that is the front cross member and the rear cross member, I did done like a flat / satin black. Okay? I would then give it a little bit of contrast, look a little bit different, but I think it's going to look good. I really do. Because black with that pink... Yeah, I saw the vision. I saw the vision. What is this? The heck motor is this for? Huh? What the heck is it to that Merrick for? Huh. Interesting. Huh. Alrighty. Alright, now we gotta look for the AJ133. Yeah. There it is, right there. Oh wait, it's this one, Land Rover. I guess that would be the one, huh? Alright, first things first, put the block on. Now you didn't say nothing about the engine, you just said suspension, brakes, and rims that color. And you asked if I can make the drive shaft lime green, which I can't. So you requested I do the gearbox, which we just did, so we's a good. Now, keep in mind, this motor is for a Jaguar. This is for the Jaguar Type F. Is also what this motor will go in. That's why I was like, cool, alright, you know, we're going to build a Land Rover. You know, let's get some Land Rover parts. I'm sitting there looking at it going, Jaguar, 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 Jaguar. I was like, what the heck is going on here? Alright, we did all that. Now let's flip this over. Put the crank shaft in. Alright. Let's put on some crank caps, man. Tie that thing in. Make sure it don't weeble wobble itself out. You know what I mean? Of course you do. But no, it's just getting to be that time of year where, you know, like I said, last year I took the whole summer off, basically. I didn't turn any wrenches at all last summer, and I'm paying for it this year, let me tell you. Trying to just catch up on stuff that that I didn't do last year that I should have. And I wouldn't be in this position right now, and, you know, we'd be able to make more videos, but, and I do apologize for that, I really do. Poor management of time is what I will call it, that I've done, that I've created for myself. This little rut, this little hole I put myself into. I will eventually climb myself out of it, but it's going to take me a minute, you know what I mean? Or a couple of minutes, I mean. Also, too, June 17th, look forward to that. There will be a GTA video coming out of the new businesses. Supposedly, to what I've been hearing, is it's the car wash in down by where my auto shop and nightclub are. Supposedly that car wash is coming up for sale. So I think what we're going to do is I think we're going to buy it, and we're going to make some money out of it. You know what I mean? I think that's what we're going to do. Now, if any of you ever want to join GTA and want to do like, I know it's going to sound weird, but you want to play GTA, let me know. And if I have you on my friends list, I'll send you an invite. It's just certain times, it's when I go on, it's not always me that's on. Excuse me here for a minute. I gotta shut the alarm off on the phone. This is normally telling me I gotta take my pills, my heart medication, which I already took, so I don't gotta worry about that right now. I took it just before we started the video here, so then I didn't have to worry about it. But I forgot to turn the alarm off. So, but I do have rules when I game. You can basically go back through all my videos, and I don't really swear in my videos at all. Yes, I get frustrated. Yes, I try to use language that's appropriate, because I got all ages watching my videos, and I'm sure they probably hear more worse stuff online, but I think I've only really said the A word. I think ass. I think that's the only real swear I've actually used on here. Maybe once I might have quietly said the F word, but I try to keep my channel clean in that regards, because it's what do I let, you know, what I want my daughter watching it. You know, every time I make a video, I put that in perspective. Is this okay for my daughter to watch? You know what I mean? And I base it off of that. Is it appropriate? Because, you know, I could be like everyone else, you know, and talk like a sailor, but what's the point? I do that enough off camera. I don't need to do it on camera, figuratively speaking, you know what I mean? So, trust me, you guys are probably, well, maybe not, it's hard to say. But it's like, you guys may actually hear me if I start doing real like vehicles on my actual vehicle or videos on my actual vehicles, you guys may hear some colorful language at that point because, well, you know, I don't really have a lot of patience and I have a really short fuse. You guys wouldn't know it because I don't show it. Because I have no reason to get upset, get mad, or nothing like that. Unless I'm playing GTA. That's when I've learned how to mute real quick. Because I'm sure you guys have heard me, you know, get frustrated, we'll say, in a few videos there. And it's like, it just, some of the things that happen is just pretty dumb. Like yesterday, I was doing the export vehicles, and like I made the video of boosting cars for that, and I left them all in the vehicle warehouse. And then yesterday I decided to, you know, start selling them out because I thought, well, you know, I only have about a week left of this update, so let's see if we can't make it work. And I don't understand it. How can slower cars, again, keep up with me, or anybody for that matter, not just me, I'm not no special driver, but they always know where I am. Always. And it's like, come on, man, that's not real life, man. Come on, I understand it's a game, I understand it's not supposed to be real life, but if you're going to show characteristics of real life, make that realistic. That would be cool. That way then you don't got to worry about it, you know? Like, how do cars magically appear on a country back road when you've already been driving for like 10 minutes? And there's no way anybody would ever really know where you are at that point. But they magically just appear on the middle of the road. And they got bang on aim, bang on accuracy, you know what I mean? I don't know, it's just things like that that just irk me. Huh. I think the fuel rail goes in there. I think. Yeah, it does. Oh, look at that, we got everything. These right here are called your cam sensors, or cam phasers. Probably cam sensors because of the plug on them. That's what those would be. You got 4 of them for this motor because there's 4 cam shafts. And I don't, very rarely ever do I ever see a crank sensor. Yeah, very rarely. So, all right, we're making progress here. We are making progress. I'll give it that, man. I'm just kind of excited to see what that thing's gonna look like when it's put together. I really do. I really am curious, man. Now, if you want the motor done pink, let me know. And I'll take it out and I'll redo it. And I'll do a quick little video on it. Well, it won't be a quick little video, probably about a half-hour long video to pull it, strip it, paint it, put it back together. But it can be ooh, what is this? What is this? Ah, that makes sense. That's the air tube that connects. What? Well, that's some BS right there. Oh, son of a biscuit. We're gonna do some movie magic here. Just bear with me here, folks. I didn't realize there's 2 of them. My bad. That's on me. That's my screw up. And we also got to do a little bit of movie magic here too. So there you go. We got the cover. Am I able to put oil? Yeah, I think I'll leave the cover off for a minute. All right. Oh, dang post. There's your motor. It's done. I'm gonna get the car done. I gotta get the wheels and tires first, or the tires first. I was told that they're up over here somewhere. Yeah, right there. Perfect. Perfect. There they are, right there. See, we got them all. Perfect. Beautiful. Actually, I think maybe before we go, start assembling everything. Let's go see if we can repair that transfer case. Where are you? Oh, there it is right there. Nice. Boom, done. Saved me a fortune. Because that piece in itself is... stubborn. See, that's the front diff, but not for this. Now the transfer case for this car is $1,725. It's almost as expensive as the for the Nissan GTR. This is one of the most expensive in here. Not the most, it's one of the most. Because here's the rear gearbox for yeah. But anywho, enough about that. Let's put this thing up in the air. While that goes up in the air, and over here, let's put some wheels together. There you go. That's the same color pink. Perfection. Now, I didn't know if you wanted any different wheels or anything. There is a previous video. I believe it was the last American Made episode I did, and also I believe it was also the first video of this series, the F350. I believe I also went through and showed the different wheel styles and stuff like that. So if you're interested, just take a gander at one of those other videos there, and we shall get her done. And look at this, we don't need to do none of this today. It's weird, eh? It's different, I'll tell you that much, it's different. Alright, first things first, let's put the fuel tank in. Let's put the fuel pump. Perfect. Now we're going to put in this upper or the rear cross member, see what I mean? And now we're going to put in the exhaust. And we're going to put in the other side. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's put this on. Ooh. Ooh. Gosh darn it. I got these. I got those. I figured that those were one piece. Huh. That's okay, you guys didn't see nothing. There we go. We got magic, movie magic. 5 hours later, we're finally here. Alright, now we're going to finish putting the rear on. Put the sway bar in. Put the rear axle housing A. Put the rear sway bar in line. Put the ladle bushing in. And now, normally, you've got to put springs in the spring cap and stuff like that here. Not today. Not today. This is all controlled by air. It's different. See, that's right there is the reason why I did black for the cross member, to break it up. You know what I mean? Now, like I said, I'm not sure if this is what you were looking for or this is what you were expecting. But this is what we got for now. And if there's something you want to change, just let me know in the comments and we'll change her all up. Yeah, I don't have a problem. Because like when I get the broad, like, there's no one's fault, but when I get, can you do the suspension a certain color? Okay, well, what about the suspension do you want? Like, do you want these arms only? Do you want, like, details? The brakes, you know, there's only one. Oh yeah, look at that. See, there we go. I gave you some drilled and slaughtered rotors on it too. But the brakes, you know, there's only one thing you can really paint on it, and that's this right here. In my opinion, it don't look right, but that's just my opinion. Nah, I need to, ooh, that's gonna be a tight fit. Alright, it fits. It's gonna need alignment enough to pull this wheel back some. Big time. Alright, is it hitting on anything, or have we got gap all the way through? Perfect. We got gapage. Alright, let's jump on over here to this side. Let's put the bigger bushings in. That's all. There's a little bit more detail, you know. There, I'll put this front lower one in this time. I'll put this on like so. Awesome. Let's put the upper arm on. Now let's put the sway bar and link for the rear on. Just like so. Now let's put the little bushing in. Did I seriously nail the perfect amount of bushings? That's ironic. Actually, you know what we're going to do right now? Clear the inventory. Make a little bit of cash back. No, because I haven't even really built anything to sell it. In all honesty. All the vehicles for this series that I've made, I still have them all. The F-350, the Challenger, the Mustang, this one. It all gets put into the collection. You know what I mean? I'm pretty cool about that. That's my game plan anyway. I don't plan on getting rid of none of that stuff. I plan on keeping it forever. And ever and ever and ever. Unless the company goes bankrupt, which I can't really see it happening. But you never know. Stranger things have happened. Let's see, there you go. I made it a little bit different. You know, instead of just keeping it all just silver and black up front here, I got a little bit of detail working. I got a little bit of detail. A little bit of detail. Alright, let's put this bushing in over here. Over there. Perfection. There we go. Alright, we got that in. Let's put this upper control arm in. There we go, just like that. Let's put this front sway bar B in. Or front sway bar. See, I was wrong. I was wrong. Alright, got that. I should have did this black, but you can't paint them. Oh, it is black, because you can't paint them anyway. So, you paint the rears, but you can't do the fronts. I'm not understanding how that logic works, but okay. Kind of actually works out kind of beneficial, actually. You know what I mean? Gives a little bit of color contrast breakup in it. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Now here's where we got to put the axles in for the front drive shaft, front drive axle E. Put the bolt in. Put the rod on. Pad. Caliper cylinder. There you go. Just like so. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to do this like that. Put that on. Pink and the green. Pink and the green. I wish we could change the colors on the center caps. Like, for instance, like on this one, it's the green where it says Land Rover, Range Rover, whatever it was. Whatever it says on the center over there. We'll see on this side. But I wish we could change that green to, say, pink. Or black, or something different. Something that actually color matches. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Put the front sway bar and link B. Alright, let's put the backing plate on. Put the wheel hub. Wheel bearing. Drive axle E. Rotor. Pad. Caliper. Now we're going to put the old wheel on there, man. Look at that. I have no idea how it fits in the front. Not a clue. Ooh, I mean, they're big. They are big. I think it probably could have went a little bit wider. 305 just doesn't look like it's enough. Makes a person wonder what it actually, you know. Because it don't look that bad in there, but we filled that gap up real good. Alright. ourselves a big wheel here. Alright, I'm gonna run back over here. We're gonna I'm thinking maybe, oh, there we're going. Get back here. I'm thinking maybe we should finish building this. What do you guys think? I thought we were done. As I'm walking, I'm like, wait, I didn't do the driver's side of the motor. The left side of the motor, I didn't do it. Depending on which angle you're looking from. The way we were standing was the right side, but... There. Now it'll start. Alright. We're going to flip this around. And take off that. We're going to run over here. And we're going to install the motor. Hey, look, my fits. Alright, now we're going to put in all the goodies that go around it. That's what we're going to do. Which we should have did first, but no, I never do nothing first. Alright, put the ECU Type A in. Ooh, stage 3. Woohoo. She's going to be potty time here in a minute. I did do the air boxes, however. I did paint them. I'm going to put some performance air filter in, and I did paint the clip Bs, which I'm sure you'll see here in a minute. I did try to color match them. Come on. There we go. Alright. I'm going to put that on. I'm going to put this on. And then we're just going to come over here to this side. We're going to start with this Type A air filter box. Not lid. I'm going to put more clip Bs on. Now, if it's the other style air box, it's clip A's, but this one's clip B's like the distributor. I mean, just a fraction of a hair, and it makes all the difference in the world, eh? I guess it could be real, I guess. I don't believe. Alright. Everything else is on. Alright, we need the, where is the large intercooler? Perfect. Alright, let's put some go-go juice in, let's put some juice in this thing. See, this side makes sense. You're coming from this side to put oil on this side of the motor. Makes zero sense when you got to stretch all the way across the top of the motor to put oil in. Makes zero sense to me. It's no fault of the manufacturer of the vehicles. It's the parameters and physics of this. Perfect. Alright, let's put some coolant in it. Perfect. Let's put some stop juice in. That's what I think we're going to do. It's kind of important. You know, it's kind of an important deal, you know. I mean, you drive like some of the people in our town, you'd never think that they had brakes on their vehicles. You know? And it's weird because I can't count how many, like, I got a stop sign within, I don't know, 100 yards of my house maybe. And I can't tell you how many people roll that stop sign or just completely just ignore it that's even there. I mean, it's not no little stop sign. I mean, it's a fair size one. Okay, perfect. You know, and people just continually just blow right by it. Alright, well. There's your car. Just kidding. We've got to do all the paint and body. We've got to do all the body work and paint on it and stuff. Alright, let's see here. We got anything in here for it? No. Alright. There you are. Alright, we need a bumper. We need a door. We need a window, a fender. Basically, we need everything but this. I don't need a hood, man. We already got the hood, man. Now, I'm pretty sure I also got the interior as well. I believe I did. I believe I have it. Frustrating. Of course not. Why would I get this stuff? Alright, well, I guess we're ordering up that too. Gosh darn it. Also too, if you want different seats, I just gotta figure out which one is the one I'm looking here for. There it is, Bench Sport SVR. Hey, get back here, man. Don't be skimming past me. One of the more expensive benches. Holy smokes, man. Holy smokes. SVR, 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 SVR. Oh, there we go, right there. If you want different seats, let me know. And we'll put different seats in. Like I said, if there's something I do to the vehicle that you guys do not like, or like if it's yours that I'm building for you and you don't like it, let me know, and I will change it for you. I do not have an issue. There we go. Like this. But I'll put it on. Alright. Now I'm finding out that my body panels are here. So let's bring this over here to the paint shop. And while that's here, let's open up that door too. Let's create a lot of dust. Let's open up this door. Unfortunately, the parts for it are all the way over here. Dang it. Alright, let's see where they put them. No, that's not it. That's not it. Or is that it? Yeah, I can barely see it, but yeah, it's there. Alright, there's my body panels for these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes, or 5 boxes. I still don't see my seats yet, so, alright. Anywho, we got all the body panels. I hope reception realizes to bring it over here and put it over here, because I'm going to need them very shortly. Get off of there. Ew. Alright, does this come out too or no? No, okay. Alright, we're going to start back here. We'll put that on. Now we can put a good tail light in. Put that window in. Put this one. And let's put the bumper on. Maybe put the tail light in there. Sometimes it helps. Put the window in. The door. The other door. Let's put the glass in. Put a mirror on. You can see behind us now. Oh, that's another question I have. For everyone that has backup cameras, how often do you look at your screen to back up versus actually using your mirrors? Now, this is a general question for everybody who watches. How do you back up? With your mirrors or with a backup camera? Or do you actually physically turn yourself in the seat to look behind you when you're backing up? See, in my opinion, the worst thing that they're doing to these vehicles nowadays is making them so the driver doesn't have to actually be proactive. They could just sit in their seat, look down at the screen and go, okay, somebody's behind me, okay, yep. Or the car will start beep, 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 the bumper sensors. And it drives me nuts, because they're taking away the fundamentals of driving. You know what I mean? I mean, they really are. That's real close. That's real close. Alright. Anywho. Okay, no decals. There you go, Dance. There's the Range Rover. And don't get me wrong, it looks good. Y'all are amazing. Every one of you who have requested a vehicle, you guys have nailed it spot on. Spot on. And like I said, I got my doubts, but that's just what I do. But then I always keep an open mind as, okay, is this gonna look right? Is it not? You know what I mean? And You guys have nailed it, man. Every single one. Good job, everyone. Good job. Yeah, like this is what I build right here. You know, this is the stuff I do. You guys have almost bang on per. Like, look at this. Like, this is your guys' ideas, man, not mine, and I love it. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. We got a few pages of vehicles here that we can do. So, all right, there's my seats. For it. I'll put the seats in, then we can give them an alignment, and then it'll be done. It'll be done at that point, man. We're almost. We still got to do one more thing to it. Perfect. Let's go in this mode, make sure I didn't forget nothing. Which I don't believe I did, besides the license plates, but we're not worried about that because it's sitting in my garage and it's never going to be driven or used, so I ain't going to worry about it. Alright, let's do that wheel, and now we're going to do this wheel. I see how it's pulling the wheel out though. And yeah, it's not going to show any difference. Okay, still going to look the same. That you physically saw the wheel on the alignment rack, like on the machine itself, move. But it did not translate to this at all. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, why don't you guys tell me to put a battery in the thing, man? Ooh. We don't have the necessary parts. That's a bunch of BS. I bought a bunch of them too when I went and bought all my fuses and relays. I forgot all my electrical components. Dang. Jumping the gun here, jumping the gun here. And I'm sorry, but I could, yeah, I was able to paint this, but it didn't look right, but also too at the same time, that's carbon fiber. You don't paint carbon fiber, you let carbon fiber shine. Hey, you don't need no fuses. None. Range Rovers are a special vehicle. There. Alright, we got that aligned, we got that done. Alright, now we're going to bring this back over to car lift B. And we're going to put it up in the air. We've got a few things to do underneath of it, and then we've got to bring it back down. And once it comes back down, then I'm going to put the fuse box in with all the fuses and relays. And then, pretty sure at that point she's done. Pretty sure. As long as everything else is at 100 and stuff like that. Wasn't going to start anyway. God, I forgot something. I have to. Sorry. It just has to. And I'm surprised there's no droop in the suspension when you put it up on the lift, though. It's weird. Put in drive shaft, front drive shaft J. Now we've got to put in the rear drive shaft, which is way up here. Whoa. And I'm not seeing anything else. That's awesome. Alright, now we're going to bring this back down. Oh, running out of time here. That's what I was worried about. Did too much talking and lollygagging, to be honest. Alright, now we're gonna quickly get this in here. Hopefully, we don't run out of time, so I got like 3 minutes left before it cancels out my video. And then it starts recording over the beginning of it. Alright, now let's see here. Perfect. I mean, right now we're at 55:30. This long video in a minute, man. I'm trying not to do it with no stopping, you know what I mean? It's continuous. Raw footage. My main goal is just to get it running, bring it outside, and call it a day. Alright, let's get this outside real quick. And I'll change it over to Luxor. There you go. Range Rover's running. There you go. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we shall catch y'all on the very next episode. Bye, everyone.